What up? Just 350 JPN in the house. I guess you guys probably tired of looking at my face, so I'll show you the air conditioner. Or would you rather look at the fan? I don't know. But anyway, getting a couple of comments about, the cons of Japan and like everything's so good. Well, I'm talking about my life and what I see, and my life is good. I have problems. The only problems I have is mainly are because of my lack of speaking the language, and then, so my wife sometimes get on my nerves, always talking and stuff, but other than that, I mean, if hey wife, let's you sleep with me tonight? No, I'm gonna sleep downstairs. Fine, the custom in Japan is, most of these husbands, they don't mess with their wives anyway. They out doing, mess with other people, so I can't even complain about that. You want some cons and stuff. Okay, let's talk about like my new videos I'm making right now. I'm just straight up saying that the only cons in Japan are the women. That's it. If you can't, you mess around, marry one of these girls, or hang out with one of these girls and get PW'd, or you can get played, and some guys just can't bounce back, and then they all messed up and stuff, and these girls, they beautiful and dress nice. A lot of them got money, they'll spend their money on you and let you dog them out, but when they get tired, they kicking your ass to the curb, and you'll never hear from them again. They change their number and their emails and whatever, and some of them are smart, you go try to talk to them, they just tell you, hey, if you keep bothering, I'm just gonna tell the police that you stalking me. Oh, they're not gonna believe it. Yeah, but I'm Japanese and you're black. Who they gonna believe? And they, some of my friends get that stuff thrown at them. And the other cons, I mean, I can't talk about the police because the police don't even look at you. I mean, unless you're up in Tokyo and you're in the red light districts and stuff. But unless you're really doing something really, really bad, they're not gonna even bother you. I can't talk about the injustices out here because nobody bothered you, and if you go to court out here and stuff, you're gonna, you might get it. The only thing you might not get is get paid as much money as you get in the States and stuff like that. But I know people that's taken the government to the court and won, and they've been able to get their visas and stuff like that because the courts are messed up, uh, as far as getting a job, unless you work with some white people and stuff like that, or other people and stuff like that, they might discriminate against you and stuff. But you can always open your own school. So I can't say I can't say that you can't get an employment because you can. As far as open up a business in the States, you go and try to open a business. You got some hater back there messing with you, you got those people that you got to get a permit from the council, and they'll turn it down for whatever racist reason or whatever. But in Japan, it's not like that. You go out there, you say, I want to do this. They say, fine. You give all the paperwork, you get the stamp, you pay the money, whatever, and bam, that's it. I mean, so it's just really easy and stuff, So I can't say that, Let's see, what other cons are there? That's in the States. Yeah, you're walking down the street, and people look at you, but they don't look at you like, oh, they go a black guy, It's more like intrigue and stuff like that. I mean, you might run into a couple of Japanese, that might talk crap, but, you just keep walking, just ignore them, because, they might, hey, you, go home or whatever, and whatever, and if you know their history, Japan history, like you telling you go home. Like, I'm at home, I'm in Japan. I said, Japan came out of the water. You wasn't in Japan. You migrated over here too, and you tell them that, or maybe they might harass you and say, well, you need to learn how to read kanji, or talking crap like that. And well, you learn how to read kanji. They say, well, why can't you read Japanese? But they mean kanji when they say Japanese, and I'm like, you should learn it. You should learn our language or learn something like that. Or they'll say something like, they might say, well, why are you speaking Japanese? Or how do you, like, rewrite some kanji or read it? How do you know kanji? You turn around and tell them, well, how do you know kanji? It's Japanese. Kanji ain't Japanese. It's Chinese. You're using somebody else's language. So tell me, why are you using kanji? And when you put them on the spot like that, they'll back off and leave you alone. And you don't even have to get angry. Just get logical on them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or I forget the words we used to use back in the days. You know. So if you want to buy a house, if you got the proper visas and stuff, you can buy houses, condos. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff to do here. So what are the pros and cons? The only cons is you just come over here being an idiot, and that's just the truth. Guy Coco boss can verify that, other brothers can verify. The only reason a brother come over here and he ain't doing well is because he ain't trying to do well, and you come over here with that racist attitude, these white guys, and I mean these white guys who talk shit, whatever, and you just sit them down, and you just start talking to them like I do in some of my comments, and you'll break down the stuff, or maybe they fake, but you don't have to go to them to get your riches. These girls out here, if you're nice, it's a bunch of rich girls out here whose parents don't care if who they marry, and stuff like that. You just gotta find them, you know. But you got rich girls out here whose fathers won't let them marry a Japanese guy either. I got one of my videos, Misunderstanding. You can watch that. So I mean, I talk about the pros and cons. The biggest con about Japan is you come out here and you don't have your game skills on tight. I mean, your playing skills, your gaming. Oh, forget. Anyway, you didn't listen to Too Short and Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube before you came over here, and that's where you're gonna slip up at. And you don't believe me? Fine. You come out here, man, get messed around with these girls, and they do you up and sex you up or whatever, and next thing you know, bam, they gonna be gone, and you'll see them a week later. They be with some other dude. It could even be with a white dude, And if you got a low self-esteem, like, oh, I can't believe she dumped me for a white guy. Nah, she gonna dump him too for somebody else. She might be back with you the next week or whatever. So these girls, they doing their thing, and those are the only cons. The only bad, if you come over here, and you got a weak heart, leave the women alone. Just go after business and stuff like that. Get your education. I'm kind of lazy. I need to hurry up and get mine because my luck might be starting to run out real soon. But still, I mean, just imagine, you're in the country. What cons are there when you're in the country and the cops don't even bother you? The cops don't even look at you. I mean, I got stopped 4 times since I've had my car in 4 years. And the cops, I always got one that's doing his job and one that's asking questions and stuff. They don't search me. They'll look in their car real quick. They don't even ask me for my. They'll ask me for my driver's license, but they don't even ask me for my registration, if the car is stolen, or any of that stuff. And so, I mean, us brothers out here doing some stupid stuff, and if you do anything bad, you don't tell no Japanese guy unless you're working for him or whatever. But I'm just saying, there's really no cons. The only bad thing about it is like these girls, or your inability to manipulate freedom. Like you said, what they gonna do with freedom. And like these white kids come over here from Australia and Europe and stuff, and they act crazy, because it's freedom. They don't got the television out here showing white people, oh, you white, they don't have that stuff, They're just like we are in the States. Lost. And I won't say all of us, but what I'm trying to say. So, there are really no cons, and plus, there are too many other videos on here to talk about the negative stuff. And I don't want to start talking about negative stuff because I usually try not to. And even, I always try to stay positive. That's just me. If you don't believe me, ask Guy Coco Boss. He known me for a long time. And, he rarely anyone rarely ever see me go off. So, sorry. If you want some cons, then go ask the people with the weak hearts and got their hearts broken by these girls. I'm out.